Hey there, team. So your team members are fighting. What do you do? Here's how to stop the drama and get things back on track. Give me the next 5 minutes and I'll show you exactly how to handle conflict between your team members so that you can restore the peace and the productivity. So it happens sometimes. We've all been there. We've got team members who are at each other's throats, and your first instinct might be to avoid it. I get it. Maybe you're hoping that they'll work it out on their own, or maybe you've been trying to play peacemaker by smoothing things over, maybe you've split them up, given them different projects, or maybe you've even done the classic move of just sweeping it all under the rug. Spoiler alert, and you already know this. This is going to backfire on you. What ends up happening? Conflict, it simmers beneath the surface. Your team, a faction, they stay divided. Collaboration is just non-existent. Real problems go unresolved, and eventually it's going to rear its ugly head. I know you've seen it before, and it's going to be worse than it was originally. Conflict avoidance doesn't solve the issue. I'm telling you what you already know. It buries it. When it comes to workplace drama, unresolved conflict can destroy morale, slow down productivity, and even lead to turnover. Teams thrive on trust and communication. And when those things aren't there, when they break down, we're not just losing time, we're losing effectiveness. And that just is not great for anyone involved. And you don't want your team members feeling like that. You don't want them experiencing that environment. It's not good for the humans, right? And it's not just about getting along, it's about making sure that everyone can work together, challenge their ideas respectfully, and find solutions without that personal animosity. So let's talk solutions. What if I told you conflict isn't necessarily a bad thing? If we handle it correctly, it can actually strengthen our team, which is exactly what we want. We want to transform conflict situations from destructive to being constructive, right? It's about guiding our teams to have those difficult conversations in a way that's respectful, open, and all about resolution and solutions. So let's talk about how we can make that happen. Get a screen share happening. There's a few steps to this process, so pay attention and I'll walk you through it. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is step in early and don't take sides. So step in early and don't take sides. Easier said than done sometimes. I get it. We need to address it head on. That doesn't mean acting like a judge, right? Be a facilitator, not a referee. Set a time to meet with everyone involved, get them in a space where they can talk without distractions or interruptions. And remember, it's crucial that we're not taking sides, okay? The next thing, open communication. So we're going to encourage open communication between our team members that are having the disagreement and allow each of them to express their unique perspective without interruptions. Create an environment where people can speak freely and be heard. And this means it has to be a space that is not tied to either of them. We need a space that's not, doesn't make one of them feel like they've got the upper hand, right? This helps prevent defensiveness and ensures that everyone feels valued. So giving everyone the right and the space to feel seen, heard, and understood. Third one, this is my favorite, common ground. And this is a really common tool, if you like, when it comes to any form of conflict. Even if it's tiny, even if it's small, we need to identify where we have common ground. Highlight shared goals, the bigger picture, the things that they do have in common. This will help your team members to remember that they are on the same side ultimately. We're working towards the same objectives and we're on the same team. We need to remind them of that. Now, the fourth one, solutions, not blame. Okay. So solutions, not blame. So we want to shift the conversation from who's right, who's wrong, And instead, we want to move into solutions mode. So we want to move towards finding a practical solution. And what needs to happen for both parties to move forward? What do both of them need so that they can focus on collaboration and problem solving? On that note, so moving forward, it's so crucial that we set clear expectations around that. So we need to set clear expectations about how we're going to move forward. And once a resolution is agreed upon, we're going to clarify as a team how we're going to avoid those similar issues in the future. So we've got to make sure that everyone's on the same page around what's expected and how we can all contribute to a positive conflict-free environment. Big thing for you as the facilitator, keep an eye on things. Don't assume that just because you've had that initial conversation that everything's solved. Keep checking in with both parties to ensure that the resolution is sticky, that it's staying, and that the relationship is improving. We don't have to have everything solved overnight. We're just looking for the evidence that it's getting better over time. Now, let's talk about unresolved conflict. In the workplace, in the US specifically, this data that I got, companies are losing $359 billion annually in lost productivity, absenteeism, and turnover. And get this, this is the one that scared me the most. Employees spend an average of 2.8 hours a week dealing with conflict. Now, this is according to CPP Inc. That's a lot of wasted time. Addressing conflict early and effectively can not only save us money, but it can also lead to better collaboration and innovation in the long run. And once we have walked our team members through dealing with conflicts a few times, and I constantly see this out in the wild with clients, once they've done it a few times and we've helped them through it, they start to be able to handle it on their own, and they'll need to lean on you less from a facilitative perspective. Now, team, if I can help you turn your conflict into collaboration, let me get you across our conflict resolution guide for leaders. It's a step-by-step approach to handling workplace disagreements with confidence and clarity so that everyone can move forward. Make sure you drop me a comment below so that we can get you across a copy of that. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next video.